crazy. Even Daisy Ridley knew how bad the sequels were. I really wasn't planning on talking this much Star Wars this week. It's been a lot of Star Wars news and discussions coming out lately, but I wanted to touch on this, and I had to touch on it because there's a lot to it. There really is. So Daisy Ridley, recently, I have no idea where this is stemming from. I've seen these comments all over Twitter. I've done a little bit of investigating. I've been kind of busy, not able to find exactly where it is. So if you do know where it's coming from, exactly what interview, where it's coming from, throw it down in the comments where it is, because I'd love to give the proper quotation of this and credit to where it comes from. But Daisy Ridley recently stated, I guess it's recent, I don't know where it's coming from, but she stated that after watching the first film, being The Force Awakens, she goes, I told myself that I was shit and that it was really less. I cried out my body's tears thinking I was the worst thing that has ever happened to Star Wars. The crazy thing about this whole entire thing is that she's not wrong. She really isn't. Now, The Force Awakens wasn't the worst. That's actually the best of the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. But Daisy really wasn't good. She wasn't. The character of Rey was not good. Again, that's nothing to say that is... That's not anything that people don't know. There's fans out there of Rey. There's fans out there of Daisy Ridley. I get that. I see a lot of people out there criticizing the fans, saying, oh, fans are assholes. Look, she's saying after the first film, after watching the first film, she realized it herself. She realized how insignificant her role and her take on this character was. They really screwed up this trilogy, and the main character is proving this and is acknowledging this whole idea and this whole aspect that there was a problem. There is a problem with the Disney era Star Wars, specifically the main saga, the main trilogy, the meat and potatoes of Star Wars, of the franchise. She herself, who was supposed to be the face of the franchise, realized that there was a problem. Now, obviously, she went on, did The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, both of which were worse and worse than The Force Awakens. And even her role, the character, her acting, everything progressively got worse with each film. And again, that is, I guess, all subjective. Film and things in that nature are subjective, but in my opinion, Rey is one of the worst characters that we saw come out of the Disney era of Star Wars. I would rank her, specifically her acting and her character, even below that of Hayden Christensen, even that below of, I can't think of his name right now, but who played Jar Jar Binks. It's one of those things that it is what it is. If you're not able to accept that sometimes you're going to have shit performances, sometimes you're going to be called out for not being good at your job. It happens in all facets of life. I could be called out for not being good at my job. You could be. Anybody could be. If you can't handle that, then maybe you're just not cut out for that position or that job or that career path. Sometimes it's just how it is. And you can't shit on the fans. You can't get mad at fans for saying this, for saying that we don't like Rey or we don't like the Daisy Ridley's acting or this or that. You can't get mad at them for that because it's subjective. So those of us and those of you out there who want to criticize, and sometimes, yes, people can take it too far. There's a difference between saying, look, I don't like Daisy Ridley as an actor. I don't think she's a very good actor. I don't think Rey as a character was a well-written character, a well-established character, or a well-thought-out character. There's that aspect. And then you have the assholes out there who will sit there and try and say that, of course, it's all about, she's just bad because she's a woman or this or that, whatever it is. Take a look at what they did to Kelly Marie Tran, how they turned it into because of her ethnicity or something like that. That is being an asshole. That is where, yes, those fans, those people are wrong. They're ridiculous. They should be called out for being complete assholes. But when somebody calls out, look, I don't think this person is a good actor, XYZ. I don't think this character is good, XYZ. You can't get mad at them for that. And if an actor, if Daisy Ridley can't handle that, if she can't handle the people criticizing her, then she should not be an actor. She should not be in a position where she can be criticized like that. That's on her. That's not on us. That's not on you. That's not on anybody who says that. You know, Grizz here, Grizz2585 on X. He has a great Discord, by the way. Go find him on X, and he posts his Discord all the time. A lot of great Star Wars talk on there. But he goes, this is a shame. She made herself feel that way. It is a shame. She made herself feel this way, according to the comments or the quotes. She goes, I guess it's the anxiety of knowing you are going to be in a massive IP that got to her. Again, if you can't handle that, maybe this is not the career for you. And as he says, I see a lot of people blaming Star Wars fans, but it seems that this was before it was watched by everyone. He may be wrong. This could be. We don't know when she watched it and felt this way. Was it before? Was it after? You can't blame the fans because we don't know the full context. But when you get down to it, when all is in, and it comes to fruition, when you really think about it, if you want to try and blame the fans, you can't blame the fans. Because it's all subjective. We're all allowed to have our opinions. She realized that she very well could have ruined Star Wars. What her, J.J. Abrams, Kathy Kennedy, and Disney, what they did to Star Wars is not good. Like I said, I don't hate The Force Awakens as much as some people do. I think it was a valiant effort, a good start to a trilogy, but what came thereafter, not good. Not good at all. But let me know your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say, what you think about all of this. Look, if you ask me, her saying this on the forefront, on all this talk about a Rey film with her headlining it, she's sitting here saying this when you have all these fans sitting out here saying, we don't want a Rey movie. And they're going to go make a Rey movie. And she's sitting here saying this. Now, that is just tone deaf, if you ask me. She doesn't realize what she's doing. She's adding fuel to the fire. She's adding more reason for the fans to say, then why are you making a Rey movie that nobody wants? Makes no sense to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, I didn't mean to do all this Star Wars stuff this week. I think I have one more Star Wars topic I'm going to cover this week. Hopefully, that's all there is. There's a lot of other stuff I want to talk about. Maybe I'll get to it later this week, maybe next week. But let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.